faithfully delivering value, exploring global literature. Hi, this is Sally's Book Club. Today we're diving into Soccernomics with the subtitle, Why Does England Always Lose? This summer's World Cup has ignited fans' quadrennial celebration frenzy. While we ordinary folks watch sports for entertainment, some see economics through soccer. Authors Simon Cooper and Stefan Szymanski, both British, are precisely those who analyze football through economic lenses. This book fully embodies the British penchant for self-depreciating humor. Simon is an acclaimed football journalist, while Stefan is a top-tier sports economist. Through extensive data analysis, the authors reveal soccer as anything but simple physical labor. It's imbued with sophisticated intelligence and rational patterns. Some even say every team needs an Einstein. First published in 2009, many insights remain remarkably fresh despite football's evolving landscape. Now, let's explore two counterintuitive arguments from the book. First, soccer matches are rational and predictable. Second, soccer is the world's worst business. These unconventional perspectives will help you appreciate the World Cup through multi-dimensional lenses. Well, let's unpack the first argument, soccer's inherent rationality. The spherical ball's charm lies in its unpredictability and occasional miracles. Underdog victories and shocking upsets define football history. While individual match outcomes remain uncertain, long-term team performance patterns emerge. Analyzing 189 Nations football records reveals consistent influencing factors. Key determinants include both on-field elements, beyond pure skill, home advantage, and experience significantly sway outcomes. Home field advantage proves particularly decisive. Hosting teams essentially start with two-thirds goal advantage. Don't assume home advantage just means roaring fans and favorable refereeing. Home teams customize pitches strategically, like Barcelona widening Camp Nou for their possession game. When Copa America matches are held at Bolivia's high-altitude stadiums, opponents struggle with thin air while locals thrive. Teams employ creative tactics to maximize home advantage. Second only to this is match experience. The team's raw skill matters, but double the opponent's international experience equals half goal advantage. Seasoned fans often describe teams as having institutional heritage. This heritage means composure under pressure, grace in adversity honed through historic battles. We often see dark horse teams shine unexpectedly, but crucial matches expose their inexperience through nervous errors despite strong rosters. Experience doesn't boost raw skill but cultivates game intelligence. Beyond physical tactics lies psychological warfare between teams. Game theory, the study of strategic decision-making, explains competitive interactions. Sun Tzu's Art of War states, "Know yourself and your enemy to ensure victory." Top teams embody this game theory principle through strategic adaptation. Let me demonstrate with Chelsea's 2008 Champions League penalty strategy. When Chelsea faced Manchester United in the final shootout, economists advised Chelsea, Van der Sar dives toward shooter's dominant foot, shooting opposite dominant foot direction, increased scoring probability. Well, the economist's advice really worked. Chelsea's first 6 right-footed players all shot to their non-dominant side, identical angles scoring every time. Oh, here comes the plot twist. United's goalkeeper suddenly realized this pattern. When the 7th shooter stepped up, the keeper pointed at bottom right corner. "I know your game." This gesture froze the shooter in a classic game theory dilemma. What's the optimal choice now? The keeper knew the shooter's plan. The shooter knew the keeper knew. This became an infinite regression of strategic thinking, utter mental warfare. The rattled shooter switched direction. Keeper saved. Chelsea lost the title. This epitomizes top-level tactical game. As the saying goes, true mastery lies beyond the obvious. Experienced teams build opponent databases. Germany's national team maintains 13,000 penalty kick records database. China's ping-pong dominance similarly relies on serve analytics. Contrasting with football development, Stars like Ribery use randomized penalty strategies, no detectable patterns. This approach amazed economist coach Arsene Wenger. Beyond on-field factors, football reflects national ecosystems. Large populous nations like China or US dominate Olympics but struggle in football. Why? What deeper factors outweigh national power in football development? Let's analyze using England's case study from the book. England birthed modern football, with Premier League being world's top league. Yet, their national team bears the embarrassing nickname China of Europe. Their international record remains painfully disappointing. Take 2014 World Cup. England got eliminated before final group match. Worst campaign ever. Failed to reach Euro semifinals for 20 consecutive years. Why does England always lose? The book identifies three economic reasons. First, trade protectionism, limiting foreign players to protect local talent. A flawed logic equating football development with trade barriers. This protectionist approach actually hinders progress. Like Norwegian fishermen using catfish to keep sardines active, foreign players act as catalysts, raising overall quality. Fans care about match quality, not players' passports, like choosing products by merit. Healthy football markets require free talent circulation. England's second flaw: narrow talent selection criteria. True talent acquisition should be boundaryless, like London, Silicon Valley, sourcing globally, regardless of background. But English football traditionally recruits from lower income, less educated groups, viewing football as vocational skill rather than educated profession. Players like Beckham, son of a chef, Rooney, construction worker's kid, and Ferdinand, tailor's son, though excellent, reflect England's limited talent pipeline. Most English players quit school before 16, unlike other nations valuing education. Italian star Chiellini earned economics degree from Turin University. 1980s Brazilian legend Socrates balanced football with medical doctorate studies. England's anti-education bias alienates middle-class talent. This produces tactically inflexible teams. Data shows 7/8 England goals come first half, fading when strategy needed. Compare 2006 World Cup Italy, conserved energy for late goals. Italy's 2006 winners scored decisive goals at 119 minutes and 121 minutes. Third factor, England's geographical isolation from Europe. Once global football or political hegemon, now Brexit diminishes influence. Post-Brexit, 322 EU players lost work permits, crippling Premier League. Premier League faces talent drain and media rights erosion. Protectionism, narrow recruitment, isolation, all stem from disconnecting from global networks. Industries thrive through network integration. Football's no exception. So, Europe hosts the world's densest network, 20 countries within 2.5 flight hours. And the scientific revolution thrived here because Renaissance scholars formed tight networks using Latin. Since 2006 World Cup, Italy, Spain, and Germany's victories solidified Europe as football's core. Football tactics spread like wildfire across European networks. 1980s. Coach Arrigo Sacchi revolutionized European football tactics. Sacchi, son of a shoemaker, gained insights traveling Europe watching matches. These experiences shaped his coaching philosophy. At AC Milan, he fused Dutch total football with Italian defense. Western Europe's network enables rapid tactical cross-pollination. This network theory explains global football hierarchy: Scandinavia, Eastern Europe, post-Brexit UK, peripheral nodes in the network. They lack core nations, consistent competitiveness like Germany, Spain. South America's Latin style thrives through European League immigration. Beyond these two cores, no comparable networks exist. Asia's complexity and North America's isolation hinder network formation. Africa struggles with poverty and climate challenges. These nations lack football superpower prerequisites. As economists say, connectivity creates value. Football longevity depends on accessing the global tactical internet. That's why football's predictable, controllable factors on and off the pitch. Economists excel at modeling seemingly random events. but their real expertise studying profit mechanisms. After thorough analysis, they declare football terrible business. Unbelievable. Most think football equals big money. We imagine billion-dollar deals and lavish spending. Reality check tone. Football barely qualifies as viable business. Take World Cup, supposed economic booster, right? Economists rain on this parade. Stadium splurges mean cuts elsewhere, zero-sum game. Long-term data shows no significant economic lift. 1996 Euro Cup created 30 temporary jobs. Russia's $14 billion 2018 WC investment, hopeless against $1.3 trillion economy. But clubs must be profitable, yes? Transfer fees create cash flow illusions. Clubs see little profit. 2009's top earner, Real Madrid, £325 million revenue. Decent? Compared to aviation suppliers' £1.1 billion. This mid-sized company tripled football's peak earnings. 2008 Premier League average, £75 million revenue. Neighborhood Tesco stores hit £50 million. Same ballpark. Crucial distinction, revenue not equal to profit. Tesco profits steadily, clubs hemorrhage cash. World's most popular sport, yet unprofitable. Why? Let's analyze revenue streams. Match tickets are primary income source. But tickets aren't daily necessities. Even die-hard fans can't attend every match. Peripheral income includes branding, merchandise, broadcasting, sponsorships. These benefit industries first. Clubs get residual crumbs. When Murdoch proposed satellite broadcasts, clubs feared ticket sales loss. Business myopia. Billions of fans globally, yet clubs struggled monetizing engagement. Revenue's tough. Now expenses. Clubs spend lavishly despite losses. The book lambasts club management incompetence. Real Madrid paid £22 million for Anelka, then neglected him completely. The French teenager got no orientation, not even a locker allocation. Droga faced similar neglect. Post-training house hunting. Like buying luxury cars, then abandoning maintenance. Add corrupt officials and inept staff. Disaster recipe. Why hasn't this industry collapsed then? English clubs survived wars and depressions, century-old institutions. Half of 1912's top 100 companies died. Clubs thrive. Lehman Brothers' 2007 revenue dwarfed United's, now extinct. United remains strong. What's their secret? Football possesses ultimate brand loyalty. Fan loyalty defies market competition rules. Unlike consumer goods, football fandom transcends trends and tech. None of these factors affect football clubs. Even economic crises can't topple them. Fans remain loyal regardless of team performance. Love's true value lies in priceless brand equity, not financial statements. English saying, change jobs, change spouses, never change teams. Asian fandom often starts with star players, different from European emotional bonds. European teams represent emotional anchors in industrial cities. 19th century immigrants found identity through local football clubs. Manchester United, Bayern Munich, AC Milan, Barcelona, industrial heritage clubs. Football became blue-collar cities' poetry and pride. Fans financially rescue clubs during crises, unthinkable in other industries. Attention economy sustains clubs through centuries. World Cup bids pursue national joy, not economic gains. This happiness exhibits remarkable sustainability. Five host nations showed prolonged happiness spikes post-event. Happiness persists 2 to 4 years after tournaments. The joy surge equals moving from bottom 75% to top 25% income bracket. France and Netherlands would need €500 or more income hikes for similar effects. The Old Cup exhibits therapeutic social effects. Suicide rates drop dramatically during tournaments. National teams unify societies across divides. Vulnerable individuals find acceptance in World Cup fervor. The tournament becomes stage for love and compassion. In this World Cup group stage, Uruguay's 71-year-old coach, with rare neurological disease causing muscle atrophy, when his team scored, he miraculously stood cheering without his pain. Pure, unquantifiable joy. These are Soccernomics insights. Football's discussions never end, especially during this fever-pitch World Cup carnival. Beyond cheers and rants, let's think like economists. Football mirrors economic patterns. Data reveals connections across industries. Sports show on-field drama. Economics unveils off-field wonders. That concludes our exploration of soccernomics. Find study notes below. See you tomorrow.